2 games because I ate a hot dog at the last game and I had food poisoning, so I couldn't come to the stadium except the trade from Travis Kelce to Deebo Samuel. On the first drive, the Giants actually fumbled, and we picked it up, so we were ready to get into our first drive. And it ended off with an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. The Giants drive on the Giants' next drive, they had to punt, and we almost got it. On this Isaiah Pacheco run on 2nd and inches, Joe Thuney got his block this time, and Isaiah Pacheco went the distance for a long touchdown. The Giants had to punt again, and they ran the play clock down again, but this time we didn't almost block it. It would be marked as the last play of the half. And this play would be marked as Deebo Samuel's first catch as a Chief. A couple plays later, McCole Hardman went in motion. Patrick Mahomes was in trouble, rolled out through to McCole Hardman for a touchdown. There was only so much time left in the game, so the Giants decided to go for it, and it did not work out. Should have been picked, so we would go on to win this game. It took up so much time in the first drive there was only 1 minute left in the second quarter when they kicked a field goal. I really wanted to score before halftime, so I had a jet sweep to McCole Hardman, and he barely got in for a touchdown. On first and goal, I realized that if Blake Bell was making these catches, I think we got the most out of this trade. There was only 8 seconds left, and the last play of the game would be this pass from Matt Ryan to Mo Alley-Cox that went for a first time, but it wasn't enough to win as we won this game. One of the employees asked me if a family who has sponsored a team building is asking to be moved up the season ticket waiting list, do we want to move them up the list and potentially risk upsetting fans? Yes. Browns were definitely not going to be a cakewalk to beat, and that would be even harder when our punter got hurt. And then right after that, Evan Ingram was available to sign. I obviously signed him because of the trade between Travis Kelce and Deebo Samuel. Almost took all the clock off before kicking this field goal that barely made it. On our first play of the drive, Evan Ingram held his block very good, and Isaiah Pacheco beat his last man, and he was gone. With 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Jacoby Brissett passed to Amari Cooper, who caught it and ran the rest of the way for a touchdown. The play was about to be so confusing. I thought our punter was injured, but he was in the game, and he must have heard me wrong because I did not say a fake punt. It almost worked, but very confusing play. We did have to punt though, which gave us another chance. This play would be marked as Evan Ingram's first ever catch as a Chief. On the rest of that drive, I just let the clock run, and I knew we had the return to start the half, which just made me more comfortable. Jalen Waddle almost returned this all the way though. Same drive, I did go with the field goal to tie it up, and I knew Harrison Butker would boot this into the field goal. Brown did have to punt again. With only 50 seconds left, I was surprised. And with only 20 seconds left in the game to get us out of our own end zone, McCole Hardman made this crazy catch. Then, on the next play, it happened. I decided to run the ball with Isaiah Pacheco, and it definitely paid off as he ran all the way into the end zone, so we would go on to win this game. So the decisions were for the weather insurance, which I declined, and Tommy Townsend, the punter, was ready to return. On the first play from scrimmage, Dak Prescott fumbled the ball, but Tyron Smith was there to pick it up. The rest of the drive was just sacks, and on 4th and 17, the Cowboys had to punt. I did decide to go for it on 4th down, and with Isaiah Pacheco, that was going to work. On the second time in one drive, I decided to go for it on 4th down, and on the second time, Isaiah Pacheco converted. Then on the next play, Patrick Mahomes ran into the end and got railed, but apparently got in. On this play, the Cowboys almost ran the play clock entirely down, and then Dak Prescott handed off to Ezekiel Elliott, who somehow broke free, and I thought Chris Jones may tackle him, but he didn't, so the Cowboys scored a touchdown. On this play, I ran a jet sweep with McCole Hardman, and it also made me realize how many 17s we had on this team. Jalen Waddle, McCole Hardman, and Evan Ingram. Then, a couple plays later, Isaiah Pacheco got in the end zone. I felt like the Cowboys were going to score with just a minute to go, and then Cook made a pick, so that would seal the game.